Hello, so Jason Powers. I'm trying to go through a market research for my class. Um, right now, I'm between to say I'm actually doing this, but it's hopefully this works. Reasons for immigration from China is to facilitate child's education, ensure wealth security, develop an overseas investment, and to facilitate foreign travel through a backdoor option. This was according to the Chinese way that was published recently. Uh, typically, uh, Chinese are, uh, I'm just making sure this is working right because I've had problems with it before, that they sampled 551 millionaires. Most are microblog owners. They come from manufacturing, real estate, finance. Their most common investment is real estate and their child's education. They're typically seen as risk averse, and 43% of them were MBA educated as of 2013. Here's a list of where they live and the growth and the breakdown of what markets they came from. Half are private business owners. Uh, you can see you have high salary executives. These are about the average rich Chinese investors that we would be targeting. There's been a substantial growth. About 200,000 have been added just over the past 4 years in terms of millionaires. The super rich, 80% are private business owners, with only 5% coming from the hedge fund manager type of background. Uh, as we know, and this goes without saying, in many countries, there's the known wealth and then there's the unknown wealth. And then amongst the Chinese billionaire class, about over 50% of the wealth is considered hidden. Different types of investments that they're looking at. Real estate is very popular, though it fluctuates, it looks like, significantly from year to year. Uh, Fixed income, I guess that would be maybe a certain amount of bond marketing and maybe REITs and trusts like that. Um, I found this interesting is that some are risk, you see a third are risk averse, a third prefer active investment, and you have a bunch that say they're not sure, which seems that goes to asking the right question to get the right answer, but they're cagey. So I would say you have in what active investment is in China as compared to what active investment in the United States is probably uh, be a cultural difference because that changes. Um, in looking at how they use their money from a charitable size, education is big for them, so is social welfare. Uh, it's interesting that paying tax is considered a number one, though it looks like that changed substantially. Environmental protection seems to be creeping up over the last couple of years in terms of importance for the Chinese as tied to health concerns that they may have. Uh, in terms of what defines happiness, which is a very important concept in Asian cultures, investment development of an enterprise, collective wealth creation. I guess the rising tides of all ships. Every if one Chinese person is happy, all Chinese person can be happy. Winning esteem. So we're talking about trying to impress and or to be lauded amongst your peers. You can see the establishment of a company hedges out the birth of a child for a male, uh, a Chinese. Media usage. This might be one avenue that if someone was going to market to the very rich, it seems WeChat is a popular channel to talk to them through, as many are microblog owners. So if you can identify who certain affluent investors are, you probably could get a more of a one-to-one conversation. But it shows a heavy usage of social media, and how and why they interact. My thinking is that there's personal motivating factors for doing an EB-5 investment, and I came up with the particulars, which have to do with birth and creation, structure, flow, health, since they're very longevity oriented, and wisdom gained through education. So a website should have some kind of a structured, classy but understated. Should indicate a high level of success through numbers and or through appearance. Should have a positive imaging. It should bring out those kind of qualities. And so, and the areas where I think we would have to concentrate a marketing plan might do the health area, real estate, and I think education is a possibility. So that's my take on it, and hopefully this actually worked correctly.